Well, as we return towards the end of the January transfer window, we'll reflect on a couple of players that are leaving or have left the club as we continue to get rid of some of that original squad and move on to the next level. It's been a steady window in terms of ins, nothing spectacular happening for us. But today, we've got a big double header. High flying bogey side Crystal Palace on the road, and then we're at home to Arsenal, who are challenging for the title. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 31 of this FM06 Let's Retro Save from Luton Town. We are back today for a very big double header, including against our bogey side. We'll see if we can finally end the rot against them. We've also got a little bit of January work to reflect on, but I've got to be honest, I'm getting the first signs here that this could be a tricky year or two because we're not able to get in these free agent signings. At this point last year, we'd pre-agreed, 3-4 players for the summer and had plenty of other options. This year, those options aren't quite there. So to get from the level we've reached to the next one could be tricky if we don't continue to fly above expectations. Yes, we still look very handy in the league in 6th place, but as you can see from the top right of the screen, we've now got a rotten run of games coming up. We faced 4 of the top 9 in succession, and United are flying now, having gone through a couple of quick managers. So if you're looking forward to seeing how we get on in this one and seeing how quickly we drift back towards the relegation zone with not that many points separating us, then please do put a thumbs up on it. Before we go and get into that though, let's go and have a look at the transfer window so far. I should mention on the way there, if we go and have a look at our stadium, it is now a 23,500 seater. So hopefully financially we can move in the right direction. We're rich. Warren Feeney's apparently a favoured personnel. And that links to our transfer news a little bit because we've had no permanent ins this window, but we have added to the squad. I talked about my desperation at centre-half. Well, we went for a loan player instead. We missed out on a couple of permanent signings. So I went to Bolton for Michael Mancien, a 21-year-old England youth international who comes in as a sort of 4th, 5th choice centre-half. Basically behind the 3 starters and O'Brien. Mancien will be the option, but Nick Basagno has been away for the whole month on international duty, and that means that Mancien has played a couple of cup games already. Didn't go so well against his former club Chelsea. If we have a look at the outs though, that's where a bit more of the news is this window, because we've got a couple that have left and a couple that will be leaving. We start with 2 players out of the club, and the first of them, a youth player I hadn't even noticed until we got an offer from Derby. 140 grand plus a sell-on clause for Neil Dyer, who is a 17-year-old keeper who, to be fair, he looks okay, but he's never going to be a superstar. He's got 8 9s and 10s. His reflexes are poor. He can't jump. I'm more than happy to take the money for him. Looking at his physical attributes, he'd have made a cracking winger, but it's not to be. He moves on, and I'm pretty happy to have got some money for him. The other one, though, is a player that we do have some fond memories of. We got 400 grand from League One Barnet for Dean Morgan. He played in a cup tie not long before, but you can see at that level he's going to be frightening. For us in the Championship, had that one season at the start where he scored 17, contributed a bit in the promotion season, but you can see the last 2 years in the Premier League, he's just not a player of this level. So to go to League One, where he scored 2 on his debut, we've made a 400 grand profit. I think it's a really good deal for all parties. So I'm absolutely thrilled with that. I do like in this game as well, there's a lot of players willing to take a wage cut to go down the leagues and play. It's a bit more mixed than it is in FM24. But Dean Morgan did a very good job for us, particularly in those first 2 seasons. But now he gets the chance to be a regular pro in the EFL. So those are the players that have left the club, but there are more that will be leaving as well. No future transfers in apart from one pre-agreed deal. Shane Paul has agreed to sign for £1.3 million, which is his compensation. And it's sort of me leaning towards not knowing how we're going to play next year. I'm edging towards possibly a 4-2-3-1, which would make the other potential deadline deal obsolete. But Shane Paul is a player we've been chasing for ages. We couldn't get him last year, so we ended up with Walcott. So Shane Paul will come into the club. He's a very good winger, a very good striker. He does both roles naturally. And I'm looking at next season and thinking, yep, you are the sort of signing I want. He's been on loan at Sheffield Wednesday this year, where he's done okay. But last year at Derby is where he caught my attention. 18 in 19 on loan. Unfortunately, we couldn't sign him at the time. This year, it'll be different. The other player, as you can see, that may well be coming in, an old FM legend, Greg Halford, natural right wing back and centre forward. And I'm kind of looking at Steve Howard's going next year. We need a third choice right wing back because Keane and Foley are both good, but they're not great. We're not going to have a backup to Crouch once Howard leaves. And while Robert's there as a second choice striker, if we play one up front and we've got 4 strikers overall, we'll still need either a third or a 5th choice striker dependent. So Greg Halford for about £500,000 as someone who's incredibly versatile and great to have on the bench. And to be fair, not bad in a target man role. He's recovered from his injuries of recent seasons. And he's also got the long throw weapon. So I think it's a gamble worth taking. If it doesn't work out, we'll probably sell him on for a similar amount. But we're not going to lose a great deal from that deal. Whether or not he agrees to come, whether or not it gets done today, we'll obviously find out as we go along. But there are plenty of future outs as well. That's where the big news comes here, because there are some legends moving on in the summer. Firstly, we've got a bit of a worry with Mike Zonneveld. He's had an inquiry from Middlesbrough, which I'm trying to ignore because I forgot he's got a release clause of £5 million and he's already worth 3.5. So I went immediately and thought, oh, I'll just go and ask for 10 million. Then I saw that release clause and thought, we're going to pretend we didn't see this and hope the window closes soon. Mike Zonneveld has been a star of this season. His new deal would be more than we can afford. He wants 26.5 grand a week. We can only offer 18. So I think we're just going to have to hang tight and hope for the best there. We have got 2 players that are moving on in the summer though. First of which is Warren Feeney, goal scoring machine in the early seasons in the Championship, but has really struggled with a step up. He's moving on to Wickham. He's barely kicked a ball for us this year. 3 sub appearances in the Cup, not playing much for Northern Ireland. He's just not good enough now. He had that brilliant first season where he scored 17. The second season, in fairness to him, he scored 20, but a lot of them were early on. And he did get his Premier League goal at least. He scored a few in the Cup too. But again, you can see, just didn't step up to that level. He's a Championship player. He's going to move on to Wickham, who I think are League One. A League Two, in fact. That's an incredible deal for them. They've got Adam Lafondra as well at 22. And Scott Smith, right, he's leaving them after a loan. So he's basically going in to replace him. I'm not sure he's quite as good, to be fair. But Warren Feeney will be moving on in the summer, as will Chris Coyne, our former vice-captain. He's barely kicked a ball this year. We're going to have, well, we've already got 5 centre-halves stronger than him. We're probably going to sign another in the summer. And again, after 2 very good seasons in the Championship, he just sort of proved he's not Premier League level. When he played this year, he was sent off against Chelsea, produced a brilliant performance in the Cup again against lower league opposition. Then when we played a Prem side, really struggled. So Chris Coyne moves on. But again, one of my favourite players back in the day, a bit of a legend. And today, we've got an offer for Marcus Heikkinen, 200 grand from Stockport. We'll probably move on while we can get some money. Because again, another one that's not been able to step up. Did okay in the Prem last year, but nothing like his Championship performances are the first 2. So Marcus Heikkinen will likely be on the road as well. So with that out of the way, let's go and focus on the football because we've got to play our bogey side Crystal Palace. Let's see how we've been getting on in recent weeks. We've played, well, a fair selection of games since you were last with me. We had the sublime and the ridiculous last time as we lost 6-2 at Everton before winning really well 2-0 on the road at Wigan. We then drew 1-1 in the FA Cup against Championship Leicester. Dean Morgan got the goal, his final one for the club as it ended up being, before we lost 1-0 at home to Aston Villa in the league. A great attendance with our new stadium stand open, but unfortunately not the performance to match it. We did though sneak through in the Cup against Leicester thanks to Chris Coyne. Again, might well be his final goal for the club before 3 games that have been very different in terms of performances. 2-2 away on the road at Middlesbrough. We conceded a late equaliser, but Walcott and Crouch back to their best with an attacking threat. We then lost 3-0 at Chelsea with a rotated side in the Cup. Alan McGregor made a howler, then gave away a penalty, and the rest of the team didn't play that well. Steve Howard's really struggling now too. He's declining physically. It's tough to watch, and he'll be moving on in the summer as well. We did, though, bounce back in midweek. It was worth resting that squad because we won 2-0 against Derby, a stunning Zonneveld free kick. Then he delivered the cross as well for Peter Crouch. A 2-0 victory, a comfortable one against the side at the bottom of the table. So now we move on to Crystal Palace. We're going to see how we compete in this one. Nick Basagno is still away, and we've got a few players out injured as well. The biggest issue is both right wing-backs picked up a knock in the last match. So without them, without De Cassi and Basagno, I'm going to have to find a way of getting someone out on the right. Let's go and have a look at the team we can put out. I'm going to find a right wing back to select. We'll be back in a minute to run through it. Well, perhaps today we're seeing the value that Greg Halford could bring, because without the right wing backs, we are going for Sekou Baraji, who's right-footed but is completely incompetent in that position. It was him or Leon Osman. In the end, we've gone for the player who's naturally a wing back at the very least. It means that our squad for today is Kasper Schmeichel in goal, O'Brien, Davis and Ferdinand the back three due to Basagno's absence. Nichols is in for the Cassie with Flamini alongside him. Then Zonneveld and Baraji with Osman in attacking midfield behind Peter Crouch and Theo Walcott up front. Let's go and get into it. The final game of January. Will it be the bogey side again? Maybe it's this 3-4-3 we struggle with. No Andy Johnson today though, and he has often been our kryptonite. As here we are early doors, Peter Crouch getting on the ball in an advanced position to Walcott, and we're in one-on-one. Theo Walcott, this would be a start. Good save the first time and the second. Goalkeeper with two brilliant saves in a row. Could have been the perfect start for Luton. Not to be though, as Pete goes down the line. Might end up being a one-game episode, because this one has been a long one with lots of transfer news. What would a game be like as Zonneveld loses out in the challenge? It's a goal kick. The keeper has already saved Palace once. As we head forward with O'Brien to Osman, Crouch to Walcott, we're in again. We've started this game oh so well. And Walcott has got him behind for the second time. It's a brilliant save by the keeper yet again. O'Brien's winning those headers at the back. And we're on the right-hand side with Baraji, who throws in towards Osman. Gets it back again. He should be fairly competent out here. He's right-footed, he's a wing-back, and he's beaten two. It's a good cross towards Zonneveld, who loses out. We've got that 3-on-3 at the back as O'Brien finds Nichols. Crouch to Zonneveld, two in the middle. He finds Walcott, and it's third time lucky. A good sign that we've had 3 good chances in 7 minutes. Are we finally going to be able to put this bogey side thing to rest? Because it's been a brilliant start. Andy Johnson is out injured, and to be fair, so is Tuma, so Stella. They're probably their best player in each position is out at the minute. Aki Rialati missing too. So we've got a bit of fortune in who we're up against. But this has been an electric start. Can we now make it count and not just leave it at 1 as Baraji loses out in the air, but Nichols gets it to Walcott. Crouch finds Osman. It's brilliant football. The three of them are causing chaos. But Walcott's just missed a beauty on the rebound. It's a great chance to score. And is it going to make us pay? Because the ball comes in from a corner. We know how good Fatty is in the air. He beats Curtis Davis, but he also beats the post. It's wide and it's 1-0 to Luton. But that was our first warning sign as Zonneveld throws into Peter Crouch. Back to the Dutchman. Crouch again. Just about beats his defender to it. Finds Baraji cutting in from the right. Had the chance to shoot, but switches to Zonneveld. Options in the middle. He's beaten the fullback. Zonneveld crosses. There's 2 in there. But Gardner beats them both to it. Clears as far as Peak. It's been a fantastic display. But I'm so worried that it's only 1-0 as Dyer crosses to Gardner. And he heads it wide at a post. A brilliant performance from Luton Town. But are we going to keep this up? With the games we've got coming up, it's a bit like last season where we were in that mid-table position. And then we ended up with 7 or 8 horrible games in a row. I want to get high enough this year that we could maybe compete for Europe. It's not like now where you get 9 or 10 sides in. It's only the top 6, I think, here. So we're going to have to do well if we want it. Down the right-hand side with Dyer. Good cross into Macken. It's away as far as Crouch. I'm talking about Europe when we're 1-0 up in the middle of January. Long ball towards the keeper who will clear downfield. Up goes Crouch again, though. Has support from Osman, who's running a bit close to him there. Gets the ball, shoots wide. Not the best play. Could have made more of that chance. But at half-time, we're ahead. And I would have loved that at the start. A brilliant performance so far. We'll tell the lads we're pleased. Raji's the only man struggling performance-wise, but he's filling in, he's doing a job, and so far, he's doing it pretty well. Well, we've just had the message that Andy O'Brien has been totally dominant in the air today, and boy has he, he's been brilliant. Groher at the back with a long ball downfield. Macken chased by Ferdinand, away as far as Walcott. Who's going to make it? Nobody in the end. McCartney down the line to Macken, who was played onside. Is it going to be a different Palace? Second half is a good cross, and O'Brien again deals with it well. Crouch losing out in the air. And Gardner gets it into Schumacher, and no! Flamini dives in with a stupid tackle. It's been so comfortable, but we always give a penalty to Palace, and George McCartney normally scores them. Here he is again, a left-footed. Saved! Rebound! Oh, that's a shame. Oh, great save, Schmeichel. But the rebound's in. It could have been a special moment. But now in a game we've dominated and should have been 3 or 4 up, it's 1-1 due to our own defensive mistake. That's where the frustration comes. As we clear long downfield, Walcott will chase but not make it. Kieran Dyer cuts in. Big ball to the back post. Bradgie does really well because Gardner had a free strike on goal there. He managed to flick it away. We'll get the subs prepared. But Gardner's corner is going to be seen first. Into the front post. Flamini gets it down. Got some atoning to do as Walcott breaks away. Big switch of play towards Crouch. I don't think he'll keep that in. And we can now look at the subs because it's been a very frustrating performance this. Flamini is back down to a 7. I'll probably take him off. Osman is going to be replaced by Maloney. Richard Hughes will come on for Flamini. He's not had many appearances this year. We'll save the last one a few more minutes. We'd probably take Zonneveld off with his current physical condition, but his deputy's playing on the right at the minute, so we've not really got an option there. And the front two are playing too well, despite both being tired, as Walcott's got it again. Finds Nichols. Maybe we chuck Robert on just in the hope that he takes a chance. As Bradgie gets down the right, chance to cross. Crouch is in there. It's a great ball, and it's a brilliant header. He peels off Fatty, who's been beating him in the air all day, onto Billy Jones. And it's a lovely header into the far corner. We're back in a lead. And bloody hell, deservedly so. We've been brilliant. With just over 10 to go, can we keep the lead this time? Because we have been conceding goals on the road. As Mackin gets the ball in towards the centre forward. Davis is beaten and now we're in trouble. Back into the middle. Good save. No, Brian clears. Walcott can break with it. He's starting to look a little fatigued, but can he do something now? He does. Finds Peter Crouch. It's a great first touch. Have a go, Pete. Been dragged a little wide. Hits the woodwork still. Maloney's rebound brilliantly saves. And the Palace keeper yet again keeps them in it. Oh, it's a wonderful goalkeeping display, honestly. He's made some top-class saves in this one. Richard Hughes wins the ball back, and he looks for Walcott over the top, who's in behind again. That's got to be a red card. Walcott's running in one-on-one. He's wiped out by Fatty, and this would help Peter Crouch too. It has to be a red. There's no alternative. He was running through on goal. Referee does his job, and off he goes. Who's the ref today? Clark. Whoever you are, well done to you. I'm not sure that Zonneveld can score from here. It's at least 30 yards. But that is a huge moment for us. A man up and a goal up. A Zonneveld straight into the arms of the keeper. With 10 to go. I think we can look at our final sub soon because surely Palace can't leave 3 up front now. Groher goes long downfield. We've got pace at the back. So should, and I say should, deal with this. Oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Anton! What are you doing, man? It was so comfortable. Had time for a cup of tea. He forgot to get back off the sofa after. Oh my God, we're just destined not to beat Crystal Palace. If ever an incident summed up why someone's a bogey team, that's the one, folks. That is the one. You're coming straight off. Absolute clown, honestly. Cannot believe he's done that. There's something in the water when we play Crystal Palace. It's just not meant to be. As Andy O'Brien finds Crouch, can the front line find a way to spare our blushes again? Hughes to Nichols, back to Richard Hughes. Shots wayward, had options in the middle. I'm completely dumbfounded. I'm absolutely stunned. Zonneveld could curl this in though, and it all changes. A Zonneveld great save. Oh, the keeper's done it again. Luton should have won this easily. You're absolutely right. Anton Ferdinand, no, you absolute disgrace. What are you doing back there? And it's a point. It's dropped points in the end. At the start, I'd have probably taken this result, but I could not be more gutted now. Let's go and get through to the Arsenal game and see if we can recover from that. We return midweek, and I don't know what you want me to say. I genuinely don't know what you want me to say. Every time I find a bit of optimism and a bit of hope in this save, something then comes and grabs us. Do not allow your players on international duty. Theo Walcott goes with England's under-21s and will be out for 10 months. 10 months. His season is over. The window is shut. Greg Halford did not come in on time. And Theo Walcott, after a very good Premier League season, is going to have to rebuild his career and his development again because of bloody international friendlies, honestly. Oh, this is an absolute disaster. Didn't have the best of games. I wonder why. Gee whiz. Right, let's get ahead to the weekend and play Arsenal. But I've already had enough frustration for one episode. Well, we return to face Arsenal. The bad news piles up as Marcus Heikkinen, despite complaining about not playing, has now rejected the move to Stockport. So he's now going to sit there and just complain again. Doesn't improve our morale. We're going to have to replace Walcott for the rest of the season. I think it's probably going to be Sean Maloney from the start because Ribera's not really convinced and his morale is struggling. The good news is we've got Nick Basagno back today, so that's one positive in defensive areas, and the senior players didn't get injured on international duty. I'm actually going to drop Anton Ferdinand out rather than O'Brien stay because he really annoyed me last game. I'm not sure if you can tell. And Kevin Foley is back. He's not really fit enough to start. So I'm going to keep Baraji in at right wing back, but Foley will be on the bench in case it goes desperately wrong. So this is the squad we've got. It's weaker than it was last week. And after throwing away 3 points against Palace, after losing our best young striker for the next calendar year, what are we going to be able to do today? Let's go and get into it against Arsenal and see if we can cause a surprise. Well, it's an interesting Arsenal team in this one. You've got the likes of Charles N'Zogbia, Jermaine Defoe, Pasquale on the right-hand side as well. It's a unique side. It's not what you would expect to see. On the bench, they've got the likes of Sol Campbell and Alexander Hleb, though, so I don't feel too sorry for them if things start going wrong. We have generally been quite competitive against Arsenal over the years. We've always found a way to lose by the odd goal. And given our form against Palace, I wouldn't bank against it as Reyes gets down the left-hand side. Omri's making a run towards the middle. He was the hero last time with 2 goals to turn it around. This time Jermaine Defoe's trying to get in on the act. No Spurs for him in this universe, although he must have been at Spurs at the start of the save, surely. Oh, he's gone direct. Spurs to Arsenal, direct. I did not expect to see that. Let's see the corner out. Reyes puts it in and Zogbia is going up. Should be the one that Andy O'Brien wins. Former Newcastle teammates, perhaps. This cleared away downfield, and now we've got a free kick with Zonneveld. Straight into the wall, and look at them break. Defoe v Baraji, I don't fancy our chances. Baraji gets to the byline, forces him inside. Did well enough, actually, to be fair to him. Kasper Schmeichel can hold a pretty tame shot. It's all Arsenal, though, as Abue's got a free kick on the right. Into the back post, crouch away. Kolo Touré beaten to it. But Arsenal continue, as Abue down the right. Nichols heads away. Again, we're just missing that little bit of quality. De Cassi not having a right wing back, not having Ferdinand in form, and now the lack of threat on the break. Walcott had electric pace, Maloney does not, as Omri's cross beats everyone and goes out for a goal kick. With 25 gone, it would be ironic, wouldn't it, if we kept a clean sheet in this one after what happened last weekend. I don't think there's too much risk of it, though, as N'Zogbia crosses for Omri. Bit of a mismatch against Leon Osman. He heads it wide of the post. It is wave after wave for Arsenal, but we've flown through about 10 minutes there as Baraji throws into Davis, down the line to Osman, who's got a bit of space here. Maloney needs to get up in support, crouches in the middle, and he goes up with Lehmann, who does really well. How old must Jens Lehmann be in this save now? We're in 2009, aren't we? He's 39 years of age. He's not declined a huge amount. The agility's gone a bit, but that is it. He's a very good goalkeeper. 5 to the break, Arsenal starting again. As Abue storms out from right back. Another player we did try and sign last summer. Didn't quite come off in terms of the wages. As Reyes down the left to Omri. He's in that classic position cutting in. How has he got that in? Looked like he's gone for a dink. I don't know what's happened to Schmeichel there at the near post. It's the sort of thing you can't see in the 2D. But it looked like he chipped it in near post. It's a bit of Omri magic and we're 1-0 down. And again, probably going to lose by the odd goal. Although the way we've defended might well be more, as Pasquale gets it on the right. We've not seen much of him. Switch of play to the left, where they've been far more prominent. But again, they're just dragging us from side to side. It's professional, it's high quality, and Omri gets it wide to Pasquale. Chance to cross. Reyes at the back post. Chance to shoot. It's a good save, Schmeichel. Had some whip on it, that. Baraji not able to get the clearance in, though. And the shot's deflected by Basagno. Out for a corner kick. Arsenal trying to get that second and shore the game up before the break. If they score again, we've got no chance. We might nick 1. Don't think we're getting 2. As Davis clears downfield, that's where we miss Walcott. Maloney's just not got the legs to get there. Omri drops in and gets the ball back for N'Zogbia. Down the left-hand side, Reyes can cross. Baraggi closes down, doesn't make it, but Sagno does really well though. Pasquale into the right-hand side, in towards Kolo Touré. And that is wild from the centre-half. Thankfully over the bar. And at the break, it will be 1-0. But as the commentary says, it's been a pretty easy game for Arsenal. We're going to sympathise, show encouragement. Kevin Nicholls doing well defensively at least. But it might be a day for Valentin Robert because Maloney is offering nothing. Zanzogbia has a free kick for the visitors. Baraggi clears downfield. Ashley Cole's missed it. Rare mistake, but as Maloney got the pace to get away. He gets there first, but he's being caught at speed. Good cross towards Mike Zonneveld. Wins the header, but directs it wide. It's a shame Crouch couldn't have got up quick enough there because that would have been a real opportunity. Lehmann on the hour mark with the kick downfield. And Thierry Henry has beaten Andy O'Brien with ease. Defoe gets in, it's a good save. He went first time, tried to surprise the keeper. We get away with it. Zonneveld clears for a throw. I'm going to look at changes in a minute. Might even take the number 10 off and go to a more solid midfield because we're getting outplayed in there. And maybe it'll allow us to break at speed. As Davis goes up to Kevin Nicholls. Big ball to Maloney. Down for Leon Osman. Into Peter Crouch. Oh, out of nowhere we create a glorious chance. Lehmann's down and saves it. Didn't look too bad with his reflexes there, did he? Going to take Baraggi off for Foley. It's worth a gamble at 1-0. Maloney is going to be replaced by Robert. I will leave Leon Osman on because that sort of chance is the one we need to create. And instead, I'll go Flamini again. And we'll go for Richard Hughes because Nicholls has been playing well. And Flamini, he frustrated me in the last game too. Individual mistakes cost us at Palace. And they're being punished in this game. As Aboué throws the ball in by his own corner flag. Zonneveld wins it. Defoe's back helping out and beats Leon Osman. Hughes chasing Henry. Not sure he's going to win that race, is he? As Nzogbiak gets it wide to Aboué. Down the line to Pasquale. Munoz has two in the middle. Instead goes wide again. Aboué can look down the line to Pasquale. Chance to cross for Munoz. Good save by Schmeichel. O'Brien half clears. Foley gets it away as far as Nicholls, but Nzogbia poaches it. Henry's in. Tries to dink it again. This time it deflects over the bar. Off what I don't know, because a goal kick's been given. As we're into the final 20, Crouch is going up in the air, finds Leon Osman and Hughes. It's still only 1-0. It only takes one moment. O'Brien with a big touch finds Richard Hughes. Up towards Osman. Touré beats him to it. Arsenal just look too good. Munoz goes up to Defoe. Henry's running off him, as is Pasquale on the right-hand side. Zonneveld chasing back. Can't stop the cross. Reyes at the back stick. Back in for Munoz. Into Henry. It's a good save, Schmeichel again. 10 minutes remaining. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything coming. And as I said before, we'll have a 1-goal defeat against Arsenal. Though can we create one more chance? Oh, it's a penalty. Pleb's given a penalty against Osman. The commentary says dubious decision. Please, Kev. Please produce your reliability here. Kevin Nicholls, 1-1. And if we started the episode with a frustrating game, if we had despair in the middle of it, we've got glory now. Kevin Nicholls with a 93rd minute penalty, a soft one at that. And it is Luton Town 1, Arsenal 1. We will time waste. We will go to a flat back 5. We will sit them there. We'll drop Osman in a little bit. Foley will go more defensive. He's knackered already. Zonneveld the same. 30 seconds to hang on. And this becomes a much happier episode. Okay, we're still frustrated. We've lost Walcott for the year. We've lost the opportunity to get 2 more points against Palace. But that is a real competitive result against the top side. Kevin Nicholls producing the heroics again. Skipper, man of the match. He still got it at 30. You, sir, have still got a role to play. You're going to be the survivor from my original team next year. And at 1-1, that is a fantastic finish. It leaves us in 6th place in the Premier League. Okay, the 2 below us can go above with a win. And okay, we're still only 10 points clear of the relegation zone. But we're getting to a stage of the season where we can be very excited about what we're doing. The fact that 12 points separates 4th and 18th with 11 games to go is remarkable. Let's have a look at when we're going to be back. Look, if it's looking tight for Europe, we're going to show a lot of this season. Let me get the right screen up. We've got probably about 2 months left to go. I was planning to come back in the middle and then for the final 2 games. If it's looking tense and tight, we'll show a lot more of this season because some of the teams we've got coming up, particularly when I look at like Newcastle, who are 9th in the league, I think Blackburn are in that mid-table mix as well. They're 15th. So we'll just leave it a couple of games, get through Liverpool and United, and then see which games are going to be most important. And I might even do 3 episodes between now and the end. But unlike last season, when we get through these two, the finish looks a bit friendlier. We've still got Hull. We've still got Sheffield United. We've still got teams in that bottom end, Bolton at home. Maybe we can do something special. Yes, we're without Theo Walcott, but we've still got a chance. What do you think we'll do this season? Is it going to be the end of the road? We've got 2 weeks off now to recover Keane, to recover De Cassie. Are we going to be able to compete for something spectacular with Luton Town? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this start to the week, a roller coaster of emotions this one was. Please do chuck a thumbs up on it. Subscribe and turn that notification bell on to stay up to date with it for the rest of the week. Every weekday at 4:30, we'll have a new episode from FM06 Let's Retro. Plenty more saves to come in the future as well. So thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you again tomorrow afternoon as we look to push for something remarkable.